I just received my first set of coordinates and they brought me here to the Sandy River. Wet and wild. If the bike takes a corner too sharp, I'm going off the road. We're taking on extreme sports in extreme conditions. The last time I did extreme downhill, I ended up in the ER. But this one's for C.T.S, right? Now, every checkpoint that I reach today raises money for Community Transitional School. This is for you guys. It's going to be an adventure. And it's all happening right now on the wildlife. This is single-handedly the most extreme thing I have ever done in my life. And this is the view from the top of Monkey Fish. The most prehistoric fish that we can even think of right now. That is one big dungeness crab. All over the place. So I can do just to hang on. This is the wildlife.
The Wildlife is presented by Next Adventure.
I just got my first set of coordinates. They brought me here to the Sandy Ridge Trail just west of Mount Hood. And according to my GPS, I'm about 5 feet away from my first set of coordinates. Right? Right here. All right. So my first set of coordinates brought me to a bike. Now I'll just look at my second set, and they are taking me about 3 miles and about 1,000 feet in elevation gain. So I've got some ground to cover. I'm starting this geocache on Forest Service Road 14. My first set of coordinates are going to take me north and should place me somewhere in the heart of the Sandy Ridge Trail system. Let's get on it. For 3 miles, I will be making a steady climb uphill at an incline of about 12 degrees. Climbing an elevation for a prolonged distance like this is truly going to test my physical endurance as I work to earn money for Community Transition School. The Community Transition School bus is a beacon of stability and comfort for 200 homeless students. Each week, this bus and 3 others like it log over 300 miles, winding through Portland streets on an ever-changing bus route. The buses provide door-to-door transportation to C.T.S. The program ensures students like Angel always make it to school.
I left my husband of a domestic violence relationship, and the first year after I left him, we were bouncing around so much because we weren't stable that she had to keep switching schools. She missed a lot of school.
Like many C.T.S. students, Angel and her family do not have a permanent residence. But regardless of where they stay each night, C.T.S. provides a consistent place to learn and belong.
The kids can still come to school here. So even though they've moved all over the place, the bus shows up every morning, picks them up, brings them here. You know, the staff knows who they are. You know, they have a place.
It's nice to know that people welcome me, and C.T.S. makes it where I want to come to school.
She is more excited about going to school. Like, she doesn't want to miss a day. You know, there's been a couple times she's running a fever or something and I've had to keep her home, that she hasn't wanted to miss a day, where that's different than the past.
By making sure kids get to school every day, C.T.S. becomes a constant in a time of instability.
It's just a reliable, predictable thing for them when the rest of their life is you never know what's going to happen.
I've climbed over 800 feet in elevation and my lungs and legs are burning. But it's all worth it to help the kids at C.T.S. Community Transitional School is not just a program that educates children. They are the children's lifelines to an education. It is what's keeping them involved in a school system. Okay. Oh. Got Bambi legs right now. Kind of wobbly. I am 15 feet from my target, so it's got to be here somewhere. Oh, right here. Got it. All right. Checkpoint 2. Number 2 says your hard work will now be rewarded with downhills, speed, and lots of fun. And it's dynamic. I've got a start and an end. 2 sets of coordinates. My next set of coordinates are going to take me back down in elevation by way of the hide and seek single track trail. This technical mountain biking course should drop me off somewhere near Barlow Trail Road. Trail goes right down here, drops off into some big muddy jumps. I'm a little bit nervous because the last time I did extreme downhill, I ended up in the ER. But this one's for C.T.S, right? No guts, no glory. Here we go.
The Wildlife is presented by Next Adventure.
I'm currently 1 mile in on the hide and seek single track trail on Sandy Ridge. This course is a 1,000-foot descent with rocks, jumps, and sharp turns built into it. It's already really technical. Now you throw in the fact that it's torrentially downpouring and everything is covered in mud. I have to be that much more cautious. Otherwise, it's gonna end up very badly. Okay. Let's see where we're at. Little past halfway down the mountain. And that was definitely extreme. That little section was called hide and seek. And I think the reason for that is as you're riding down this muddy trail, all of a sudden there's these blind drops, a foot down. There's the rest of the trail. Head to the bottom. C.T.S is a school that serves and educates children who are homeless in Portland. Its adaptable bus routes ensure students whose housing may change from day to day still get to school. C.T.S also provides a variety of goods and services to help kids succeed throughout the day.
The meal program is a great help because with living in the motel, it costs a lot more to provide food.
C.T.S provides breakfast and lunch every day. The program also provides shoes and clothes, school supplies, medical and dental services, and a helping hand when needed.
During the Christmas time, like I said, with the cost of living in a motel, I was not able to do much for my kids for Christmas. They had brought out a food box. They had brought out Christmas presents so that they were able to have a Christmas. C.T.S means to me a helping hand. They are wanting to help the kids get the academics that they need, but they are also wanting to help the families get to a stable place in life.
Okay, my GPS is telling me I'm 5 feet from my target. And I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm gonna throw this stuff on, fire this thing up, and head out. My next set of coordinates are going to take me 20 miles west towards the Sandy River. I can cover most of the distance by motorcycle and will hopefully reach my second checkpoint in a short time. Let's do it! On any other day, riding this bike on this road would be a breeze. But you throw heavy rain into the mix and that changes the whole game. Because as fast as I want to get to my next checkpoint, I have to be really careful about how I approach these turns. If the bike takes a corner too sharp and I lose control, lose traction on the road, I'm going off the road. No questions asked. I will end up off the road. Wow, now that's a rush. Okay, should be right down here, a couple 100 feet. Let's go check it out. Okay, GPS is telling me that my next checkpoint is about a quarter of a mile down this trail right this way. Well, I think I'm gonna change out of my motorcycle gear and then we can hike down, see what we'll find.
The Wildlife is presented by Next Adventure.
I'm closing in on my second checkpoint, which is somewhere down this trail and near the Sandy River. About 100 feet to my target. Wow. Over here. Yeah, right here. Somewhere. All right, I can see something just out in the water. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Okay, well, I'm gonna strip off what dry gear I have, and the rest of me is already wet and muddy, so go in, wash off some mud, get my next checkpoint. Now I'm going to get cold, because all of this water that's flowing through the river right now is all snow melt off of Mount Hood, so it's freezing cold. So I just have to strip off the little bits of somewhat dry clothing that I have and wade in waist deep to get my next checkpoint. Mild hypothermia can hit within seconds of being in water as cold as this river. So with my second checkpoint in hand, my main objective is to get out of the water and back to shore as soon as possible. Here we go. All right, checkpoint 3 says you are about halfway through your adventure and the rest is going to be wet and wild. And I have another dynamic set of coordinates, a start point and an end point. Well, I'm gonna throw some layers back on, plug these into my GPS, and go find out exactly what's wet and wild. C.T.S. has been educating homeless children for 22 years, and Cheryl Bickle has been there since the beginning.
I feel very fortunate I've had the opportunity to see a lot of success in the students. It doesn't happen overnight, and you have to have a lot of patience, and you have to look for some of the little signs. It's when they start talking about our school and what we do here, you feel like, you know, I have provided them with a feeling of belonging and being a part of something.
For kids like Angel, C.T.S. provides the opportunity to break the cycle of poverty.
I didn't finish high school, so I'm hoping that, you know, with this program changing her views around school, you know, it's going to get her to where she realizes that education is a very important aspect in life, and I'm hoping that it'll get her to follow through with the rest of her education and stick with it and go to college after you know, high school. That is my main goal.
And while Angel has been attending C.T.S., her mom has been earning her degree and is beginning to see better times ahead.
I just went and checked an apartment out yesterday, and it's still only a 2-bedroom, so it's a little bit small, but it is a lot better than the motel. We get to go move into the apartment today at 3 o'clock, so I'm excited.
The idea that you can overcome your background or you can make something out of yourself. And I really believe that, but I do think you need some help along the way.
All right, I need to go this way. Only 150 feet. First checkpoint should be right over here. Okay, definitely gonna be wet and wild. First set of coordinates say I'm here. Yeah, wetsuit, booties, dry top, dry bag. And my next set of coordinates are sending me downriver. My next set of coordinates is approximately 3 miles north, but with the twists and turns inherent in the Sandy River, it's hard to say just how far I will have to paddle to get there.
The Wildlife is presented by Next Adventure.
I'm approaching a Class 3 rapid on the Sandy River en route to my third checkpoint. With all of this new rain and this extreme downpour that I'm in, the water flow in the river has doubled. So as I approach rapids, I know that some rapids are going to be washed out if they're smaller. The water's just going to flow over the top, but the big rapids get even bigger. And with the water moving this fast, I have to be really careful making my line and going for it, and then making sure that I am actively engaged in paddling and maneuvering my craft as I'm going through the rapids. I'm less than 200 feet away from my third checkpoint, and it's beginning to look like I have quite a search ahead of me. As I approach my next checkpoint, the river branches off, and there's this giant island in the middle, and right at the tip of this island is a massive log jam. My checkpoint has to be in this clump of logs somewhere. So I beach my kayak right at the tip of that, and now I'm just scrambling on loose rocks and logs and sticks. And every step I take on these logs, I'm remembering that these could dislodge at any moment. So I need to be careful about my footing, but I want to find my checkpoint and get off of this mound. Oh, here it is, here it is. Bam. Checkpoint 4. It says, nice job navigating the waters. Keep paddling hard and strong. You're almost there. I only have one coordinate now. My next set of coordinates is just about a half a mile further downriver, so it's back into the kayak. So far, I've mountain biked up a mountain and down a mountain. I rode a road bike 30 miles to get to a kayak, and now I've been kayaking down the river. So I'm exhausted. My body is just completely done from today, and all I can think about is find the next checkpoint and keep moving. Right over here. We're almost there. Gotta be here. Oh, right here, right here. Oh. Just a little bit showing. All right, checkpoint 5, and it says, congratulations, you've reached the end. Oh, awesome. I finished my adventure on the Sandy River, and it's been muddy and wet and wild. Now I just need to travel to Portland, meet up with the staff and kids at C.T.S, and deliver my reward. I've finished my adventure, and I've got a unique set of prizes to give away today. Now the first set's going to the staff members who I'm meeting up with right now. Hey folks, how you guys doing? You doing good? Good, good. Could I get you guys to follow me outside for a second? Come on, come outside with me. Now, we found out that you guys had a pretty big need for the school. Now, your buses put on a little over 300 miles a week, and one of the buses had some tires that were in pretty dire straits. So what we decided to do was, Les Schwab has donated brand new tires for the bus, completely outfitted. So now you have no worries here. These tires are brand spanking new and they're gonna last for a while. But we're not done yet. So we also have a set of prizes for the kids. So could you do me a favor? Could you go grab your classroom and meet me in the lunchroom?
Okay, great, thank you.
All right, you bet. See you there in a couple seconds. Go ahead, buddy, grab a seat. Grab a seat right over there. Hey guys, how you doing? How's the day going so far? Good. So, we know that you guys have a lot of special programs here that you really enjoy. And one of those programs is the art program, but it can be sometimes hard to keep those programs going. So we at Comcast Sportsnet teamed up with our friends from Blick Art Supplies to donate prepackaged art kits. So there's enough art kits here for everyone in the art program to have their own personal art kit to work with. You guys want to break these things open and do some art? Yeah! All right, tear these things open. There's pencils, there's markers, there's grease pen. The tires were kind of our gift to the school. It was a gift to the program, but it wasn't enough. We wanted to actually give something to the kids as well, which is where the art kits came in. It means so much to me to be able to give something to these kids that could possibly change their future, their lives. This is the wildlife! Woo!
The Wildlife is presented by Next Adventure.